Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Friday Live. I am Catherine Campbell. I'm the director of Bright Planning, and it is a little late. It's 10 after 4, so thank you so much for waiting on me while I finished up a phone call with another client, and then had to jump onto Facebook. Anyway, so today I'm actually just going to keep this really short and sweet. I want to jump into this because I'm actually going to start talking about this every week in a series, and what I want to do is I want to start talking about marketing funnels, and today we're going to sort of do a like 101 dive-in strategy, and then each week I want to actually talk a little bit more about how to build those out for you. So we're just going to wait for things to kind of get settled in. I hope you guys are doing great this week. I don't know about you, but this week has been extremely busy, and so I'm happy to see the weekend. And I don't know, like these these Friday live sessions, I'm sort of tempted right now to like go grab a glass of wine already and just start talking to you guys and start just like kicking off happy hour early on Fridays with you. But anyway, but I know that like some of you are still at work, so I won't dig it in. But yeah, so let's just like go ahead and dive into marketing funnels. And cut through the bullshit for today, because I know everyone's got places to be and people to see and whatnot. So, what is a marketing funnel? When I talk to businesses that even if you have gone on to get your MBA or something, a lot of people actually forget what a marketing funnel is, and they also believe that it is an outdated 1980s term of getting customers in the door. And for the most part, a lot of marketers actually still treat marketing funnels and the way that we sell to people like they're still in the freaking 1980s. And what I want to talk about today is what a marketing funnel is, so that you clearly understand it, but also how it's changed and how it's still changing and how it's going to be changing in 2017. So based on some of my insights and my research that I've been doing recently, I've been able to look at different marketing funnels that different industries are doing, and also like how you can get inspired by what other industries are doing in terms of their marketing and marketing funnels and getting customers in the door, that you can actually apply to your own business, so that you're not just copying what everybody else in your particular area is doing. You can actually look to other industries to be inspired and do something creative and do something different. So anyway, going back to, I just want to like go back to the way back when people started defining what a marketing funnel was and what exactly it did. And so I want to show you this picture, and some of this is written backwards and some of this is written forwards, as you can see. This is my beautiful backwards handwriting here. And then here's my little, this might be in a white impression like this. And then you can see that I accidentally wrote everything up here backwards for you. So sorry guys. But anyway, so if any of you have ever seen this in business and you're like, what the hell is that? And you have heard people talking about marketing funnels before, this is the old marketing funnel. This is the old marketing funnel, right? Okay, so it is actually, it used to be a funnel. If you can imagine, like people, like prospective customers or prospects, as we like to call them, would be dumped in here like a box of frickin' Cheerios, and they would go around and around and around in the same kind of marketing and sales tactics, no matter where they came from. And they would all be marketed to a very specific way, and then some of them like would, kind of get caught up in here, and they would leave your funnel because they were like, I don't care what you're selling. And then at the end, the people who kind of came out the bottom were your customers. And that was it. Ta-da! That's the marketing funnel, right? And like if you were actually dumping people in here and getting a very certain percentage out, so like if you were dumping 100 people in here, 10 people were coming out here, that was a 10% conversion rate, which was good. Like that's a really good sale. That's a really good conversion rate. But people were like, oh yeah, well then that's it. We're done. Like, good job. And like they only were concentrating on this like this. Well, the funnel has changed, and the funnel changed, and the funnel actually was designed like this, but people forgot that on the other side of when your people become customers, there's actually an inverted funnel that happens after people become customers. And it looks like this. So when people become customers, then what they do is they start to market on your behalf. And what they'll do is they educate the people around them. They spread the word by word of mouth. They share your coupons. They share your products. They tell people where to go. They get into your loyalty and your referral programs. And basically what they do is they start to create a community on your behalf. And so your customer base then naturally grows out from your customers that you've got in from here, okay? So people tend to forget about this whole part of their customer experience. Like once a customer becomes a customer, I love that this is still upside down. And look how I wrote that. I wrote that like a 5-year-old, like practicing her handwriting. I can't write backwards, guys. I'm sorry. But once people got in here, they just totally like left them to hang out. You know, it was like you got your shipping notification and your receipt in the mail and your product, and that was it. Like there was no marketing that happened afterwards. And if there was, it was always like some really weird, cheesy stuff like, oh, okay, well, you know, here's a coupon for your next order, and that's it. Like they would send you occasionally like the birthday email or something. Now, we're living in a time where it's not that that's not okay, like, but why settle for good enough when you have so much technology and you have so many resources at your fingertips to do marketing on the customer side for relatively low cost? Because remember, guys, what I said in one of my earlier videos is that it's so much easier to sell to an existing customer and sell again to them and to sell to their friends than it is to find all of these people and put them into your top of your funnel. Typically because you have to pay for a lot of this stuff up here. You have to pay for paid advertising. And that's like, you know, Google and Facebook ads and PPC campaigns and search engine marketing, as well as, you know, if you're listing in directories, if you're doing print advertising, if you're doing television, radio, anything that, remember, it has to be trackable so you know what's working and what's not working. But all of that stuff costs money, right? And so if you're constantly having to educate to new customers because you're not doing any marketing here, these people become one-off purchasers, right? And what you want to do is you want to nurture to these people and get, because it's so much easier and it's so much cheaper to market to them again and get them and their friends and their family members to buy from you as well. So you want to start building up, God, I really hate this term, but you know, like the term brand ambassadors, I can't freaking stand that term. I don't know why. It just really bothers me. But you want to build a community, like a community of your people. And because nobody will explain it better and with more passion about what you do than your happy customers. And they're the ones who will translate what you do and what you sell and what you offer into the language that their people who will become your new customers can actually understand. So it's so worth your time and your energy, especially if you have no back end established customer marketing strategy, to spend a little bit of time on that planning this December and January about how you're going to build out a really awesome established customer marketing campaign and system that just automatically keeps them revved up and buying again and keeps the momentum happening, and you're rewarding these people for giving you their time and their attention and their money. You're not just giving them a product, you're actually giving them a full experience. Because remember, people don't buy products, they buy experiences, they buy lifestyles, they buy the solutions to their problems. So if it doesn't mean that they just get this one-off solution, right? Like they are getting you've just improved one part of their life or one part of their problem. And so now it's time for you to kind of map out what the rest of that journey with you looks like. So anyway, so this is what it used to look like. And then I believe it was Seth Godin or a couple of other people who were like, no, the funnel has flipped. It's called Flip the Funnel. You actually put a tiny bit of people in here, like a really, really tiny little tribe, and they will do all the marketing for you through shareable stuff like shareable graphics, infographics, viral videos, word of mouth, tagging friends in campaigns, that kind of stuff. So, and sorry about this, guys. It looks like my internet connection is weak. So if I break up, I'll jump back on and we can finish this. And then, and then you have other people who are like, no, 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 this is totally fine. You've got to like, nurture, educate, and then convert your customers, right? And then other people who say this, which is that the funnel has been tipped on its side. And this is where we're actually going right now. And my argument that I want to make is that even though I refer to marketing funnels as funnels, they don't actually take the funnel shape anymore. And the reason why they don't take the funnel shape anymore is because you're not throwing a ton of people in the same way to educate them and sell to them in the same way. You're actually piecing out a ton of different little funnels where you put small groups of people that you've already identified as your niche target markets in there and giving them a personalized, segmented experience. Okay? And you're doing things where people are buying from you based on the marketing campaign that they received, which was triggered by different behavioral actions that they took once they actually clicked on something of yours. Okay? So I want you just to kind of like take this idea of a funnel, which I think is always important. I like for people to just get an idea of what the hell a marketing funnel is, how it works, and I want you to go back to your website, because really the idea of a marketing funnel is something where it can work offline, but I want to talk about this strictly with your online presence, your online website, and your other different places where you're driving traffic. Okay. So marketing funnels operate in one of two ways, and then there's a mixture. Your marketing funnel can be something where you market to people in steps that are manually done. So, and by manual, I mean like you get people to opt into a newsletter, and then you are manually sending out a fresh, news-driven newsletter to them once a week. That's not something that's on autopilot. That's not something that's done overnight. It's something that you actually, or your team, takes the time to do, and that's just part of what they're doing here in the funnel. Another part is that you are once people click on something on your website, you get a notification that they clicked on a form, but they didn't fill it out. So you manually put them into a hot leads list, and then you send them an email, or you jump on the phone and say, hey, I just noticed that you're interested in this. Do you want to talk some more about it, etc. So it requires a lot of different manual steps. The other way that a marketing funnel works is when it's automated. Okay, so, and by automation I mean like depending on if people complete a quiz on your site, it takes them to a certain hidden part of your website where you sell a specific service to them that would be the best fit for those people. Or they opt in on your website to get a guide, like a downloadable guide or something, which triggers automatically your email system to start sending them a series of educational emails that not only educate and empower them, but then also offer them something that they might want to buy. Once they buy, then they get automated email follow-up after that tells them exactly how to take care of their product, or how to use their product with their friends, or how they can join your loyalty program or something else, right? So, and it drips out over a certain amount of time, and you don't touch any of it, okay? All the stuff is on autopilot. And so what I like to do is I actually like to have people do a lot of what are called the top of the funnel elements manually, so that you don't just have like your social media totally on autopilot. You don't have some of your paid campaigns are pretty quick, and they're sort of more timely and in real time, the way that you would like promote something on Twitter during a live event stream, or like a live event on TV, right? So that's an example of manually working your top of funnel elements. But the rest of it can be automated so that you're not constantly having to work to sell in your business. And I really recommend this to small businesses. And by small businesses, I mean any business that has under 100 employees. But for really small businesses where there's like 5 of you and not enough people are dedicated to the marketing, or you don't even have a dedicated marketing person, it really is beneficial for you to automate different parts of this so that depending on where they come in, if they click on an email, then it automatically sends them another email. If they don't click on an email to engage with something, or they select a different newsletter, then it starts to send them something else. If they participate in watching a video with you, then it triggers an action where you send them a follow-up video that says, hey, thanks for watching, and by the way, you might enjoy this product. If they purchase from you again, then they get a different coupon than somebody who would just get an introductory coupon, that kind of thing. So I want you to just look at your website, and I want you to look at where your website falls in your funnel, okay? So is that the place where you collect leads? Is it the place where you try to close the sale, like you have people buying your products online? Is it a place where you need people to fill out a form or jump on the phone with you to make that sale? So really get a good idea of where in the sales process and where in the marketing funnel your website falls. That's step number one. And then step number two is really looking at the entire process from the first hello, from the first time that somebody gets a glimpse of what you're doing, whether that's through social media, whether it's through paid ads, whether it's through organic search, whether it's through referrals, whether it's through affiliate campaigns, guest posting if you want to send them to a specific landing page on your website. And remember, in video 1, I talked about how you're supposed to treat every page on your website like a landing page. You know, all of those different places will put them in different spots in the funnel, right? And so, because referrals are going to be probably deeper in your marketing funnel than, say, somebody who just went ahead and liked your social media page and they don't know anything about you. Because referrals are going to be a little bit warmer because it's coming from someplace that they already know and trust. The people on social media who like your page don't really know you that well yet, but maybe they just thought that what you're writing was really cool and they just want to follow along. So you have to nurture and market to these groups of people in different ways. So like they all don't necessarily fall into the same education and marketing process, right? Like you really have to kind of piece it out and sequence it out into like little tiny cones that, or like little tiny spots. And I will show you next week actually some really advanced funnels and what that actually looks like step by step that you can build out. And I'll also talk about what technical components you need to build out marketing funnels and what that looks like and the different things that you need, because a lot of people think that they need a ton of advanced software to build out funnels, and I always tell them that they're letting the software determine what their marketing funnel looks like, when really you just need to actually sketch out all of the ideal things that you would want to give to your prospective customers, and then you find the tech to fit that can actually perform that for you. Okay, so never let a piece of software that has limited features limit your possibilities in your marketing campaigns. I think that's absolutely crucial, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, I only have MailChimp and I can't, so I'm not going to use tags and segmentation, etc. And so they're like really limiting themselves on, if they've got a huge audience that really needs to be segmented down into like old people and young people and men and women and men who are, who are car mechanics and men who are lawyers and women who are doctors and versus women who are veterinarians. Like whatever it is, if you know that you really have to like niche down and change your marketing messages to people based on their behavior and who they are, then something like a MailChimp program that's not going to give you an easy way to tag and build out really complicated email marketing sequences, there's no excuse for you to stick with that then. You have to find an email marketing software that will provide you with tagging, okay? So in which case I would suggest something like ActiveCampaign or Ontraport or ConvertKit or Infusionsoft or whatever, depending on your budget. But that's just like one example of it. And another thing is that a lot of people ask me, well, should I just like get some kind of marketing funnel software like ClickFunnels? And I'll go more into this next Friday on my next video. But I would say, just in the long run, remember, don't think about the software, just think about your marketing funnel and sketch out the steps first that you want your people to take from the first hello to like the last referral that they make for you. Okay. How many times do you want them to buy from you again? How many friends do you ideally want them to bring into your business as new customers? Like, just sketch all this stuff out, and then from there you can really get an idea of how your marketing funnel should flow in a way that makes sense for your business. Don't let any piece of software tell you what makes sense for your business. Only you and your team know that, and you should know how to market in a way that where your software really works for you. So I can't really stress that enough, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people get stuck with, and that's really where their businesses fail, is that they get too caught up in the tech aspects of it, and that's what keeps them from really taking their stuff to the next level. So this has been our 101 Marketing Funnels chat. I hope that you walk away today with a really clear idea of exactly what a marketing funnel is, and you have a better idea of where it's going in 2017, and there are vast shapes that a marketing funnel can take. And I know it's not always a cone shape, and it's not always a funnel shape. And so next week I'm going to dive a little bit more into that by actually showing you guys some very specific examples of marketing funnels and what that can look like. So it just kind of jumpstarts your brain. And then we're going to talk about the software and the different technical components that you might need to build out a few example funnels. So until then, go enjoy the rest of your Friday. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Catherine Campbell. I am the director at Bright Planning Marketing Strategy. And if you haven't grabbed it yet, if you go to www.brightplanning.com/welcome-mat, again, that's brightplanning.com/welcome-mat. I'm giving away a free 30-page 2017 marketing and profit planning guide. So it's actually a really helpful way for you to sketch out all of your marketing campaigns for the next year and kind of get those foundations in for planning. So it's totally free. Go to the website, grab that right now, because I'm going to change it out actually, and it's going to go away in January. And I'm going to replace it with some new exciting stuff. So, all right. Thanks you guys so much for joining me. Have a great Friday. I'm going to go grab a glass of wine now, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks.